Been doing some steering work for Frankie. The setup was in it before, just kind of a temporary thing. We bought some new U-joints to put in there that fit better than what was on it. We still need to connect this shaft down to this shaft, which is the same double D, but they sent a shaft that was supposed to work in this with these two U-joints, and it's not right. It's too small. You tighten these down and it's still loose in there. So the plan was to go to the junkyard and find some shaft on something else that's probably made right. You know that this stuff's made at, it's probably made in China, so it's China fit. Anyways, one of the last things we need to get figured out before we can go for a drive, besides putting all the gauges and stuff in because they're not in yet. And I also need to mess with this box because the rev limiter is kicking in too early. We need to get that figured out. Move the rev limiter up or shut it off or whatever you do to it. Should be getting about ready to go for a ride. Well, been having to do some front end suspension engineering on Frankie here because this has horrible bump steer. We bought this kit. It's supposed to do away with that. Removing the tie rod ends, which is probably not on this side, it'd be on this side since they're on the front now. Removing the tie rod ends down to the bottom side instead of the top side to get them more even with the arm down here. At least that's the plan. Basically, you take these bolts, have to draw out the spindle and run them down. The rod ends more on the bottom, like that. And they come with these spacers. Kind of adjust it, get the angle correct. Hopefully that will take care of the problem. Like I said before, really need some struts that don't let the front end fall down so far, because the tie rods are going to be getting close to the lower control arm, especially when you go over a bump. We'll have to figure something out there. Yeah, I've been doing some more work to Frankie and having to do some front end suspension work because the car has horrible bump steer. But to remedy that problem, we bought this kit to take care of that problem, and it should be good now because this tie rod is at the same angle as the lower control arm, so when everything goes up and down it stays together. When these are not in line with the control arm, say it's up here, the wheels start going in and out bad, real bad. You can't even drive it, it's so bad. But anyways, after doing that, when the suspension was all the way down, it was pretty much starting to hit the control arm, so they notched it there and reinforced it. But after doing that, it's trying to hit up here, because the plan is to slice it there and just angle that down, probably down into that area somewhere, and then it should be fine. But a remedy of that problem without having to cut that and cut all this stuff would have been to find some struts that didn't fall down so far. Like I said before, I found some on the KYB website, but the owner was trying to tell me that wasn't the actual dimension of it, that was just the dimension after the strut mount was on from their drop instead to the tip to drop, but I don't know. I'm not a strut expert, so anyways, that's what's going on here. Got that done last night. This side, it's got this extender on the strut, not the strut, rack, tie rod, the tie rod of the rack. It's like left and right threads, you can screw it in and out. But anyways, the bottom arm is done. What are you doing, cat? We're sitting over here. You can see where he made or notched it out there for tie rod clearance. Other than that, getting close to actually going for a drive. It's awful windy out here. I hope this will turn that decent. Pretty soon here we'll go for a little ride. Yeah, I've been doing some more stuff to Frankie here, mostly inside interior stuff. Getting all the gauges and stuff mounted in it. Tilt the wheel down here so you can see. A little glare, but got the tach, speedometer, fuel gauge, water, oil, and the volts. Had it running, everything was working. Got a light switch mounted over here. So the headlights work. You should be getting close to going for a drive here. So got a few more pieces to put in it. The dash and pillar deals, and I'm not put a windshield in because the windshield's cracked. Finish up this, needs a boot there, and I guess he ain't got no heater or nothing in it, so I don't know what the plan is there. Maybe just stick a panel across there or something. We'll need the panel done underneath too. Whatever's going there, the airbag, or I guess it'd look a little weird if it wasn't there, but anyways, all that's done. It's all hooked up. You can see all the wire mess down in there. That turned out pretty good. And still got the back seat to put in it too. My camera's about to die here, so that's an update on that part. Probably next we'll go for a ride. See how she runs and moves and all that good stuff.